All right, today we're diving into the third of TempoSense's 10 core business projects, taste certification. We're going to see how something as personal and, as fleeting as taste can actually be turned into structured data, something you can analyze, record, and even certify. So let's get right into it.
Just think about that for a second. You'd probably say it's delicious, maybe savory or rich, but what do those words really tell us? Our vocabulary for taste is honestly pretty limited. We know when we love something, but we have a hard time explaining how or why we're experiencing it. And that is the exact problem that taste certification is designed to solve. And that is the fundamental shift right here. For years, food certifications have been all about quality, asking one simple question: is it tasty? But this new system completely reframes that. The question is now, how is this taste experienced? The focus shifts away from a simple thumbs up or thumbs down to a deep structural analysis of the experience itself. Now, this isn't just some idea they dreamed up. This whole framework is a system built on a massive foundation of 17 different books and project documents, covering everything from taste theory to sensory analysis. It's all about creating a brand new standard for how we understand and talk about food, making that definitive leap from quality to experience. This chart really lays out the difference, doesn't it? On one hand, you have traditional certification. It's linear. Inspect the product, evaluate its quality, and slap a mark on it. Simple. But TempoSense certification, that's a living, breathing cycle. It starts with a real human's taste experience, translates that into specific sensory language, captures it all on video, and then uses AI to analyze the entire picture before issuing a certification. We're talking about a completely different dimension of analysis here. So, the key takeaway is this: we're talking about an experience certification. This isn't about certifying a steak. It's about certifying the whole sensory journey of eating that steak, the aroma, the texture, that emotional gut reaction, and the way the flavor lingers. It's about codifying a feeling, not just stamping a product. Okay, so how does a system like this actually work in the real world? Well, the entire process is built on 5 core modules that all work together to capture and certify a complete taste experience. So it kicks off with highly trained taste evaluators. They use a structured language for sensory expression, which is then captured by a video system, processed by an AI, and finally, it's given a validity period. And that 5th step is so important because taste isn't static, right? It changes with seasons or ingredients. So the certification actually has an expiration date to make sure it's always reliable. Let's break down some of the most important parts. To really get what sensory expression means, just listen to this description of a spicy flavor. This isn't just someone saying, "Wow, that's hot." No way. It's a structured, detailed breakdown of the whole event: that initial jab, the explosion of heat, and the fading tingle. This is the kind of precise language that the taste evaluators use to capture the soul of a food, and it allows us to have a true indirect experience. And to make it even clearer, every single sensory expression is organized into what's called a sensory rhythm structure. Think of it like a simple 3-act play for your palate. You've got the entry, that's the first impression, then the core, the main flavor event, and finally the exit, the aftertaste that sticks with you. This structure turns a really complex sensation into a story that we can all understand. And here's where it gets really cool for us, the consumers. This whole process is made totally transparent through the video certification system. Certified products get a QR code. When you scan it, you're not just getting some star rating. You are literally watching a video of the evaluation, hearing the sensory expression for yourself. It completely transforms a static product on a shelf into a dynamic experience you can check out before you even buy it. The AI analysis system is where all this amazing data comes together. It's like the conductor of the orchestra. It synthesizes the sensory structure, the emotional responses, even customer feedback to find patterns. It can even place the experience on a scale called the 15 levels of taste consciousness, which is basically a framework that maps how deeply a person perceives flavor, to create a really personalized profile of the taste. So what's the upshot of all this? Well, by turning something so subjective like taste into structured data, this system does way more than just certify food. It's basically creating the foundation for an entirely new industry, the taste data industry. I mean, this is a total game changer. Right now, our standards are pretty simple:
price, brand, and star ratings. But this new system introduces these incredibly rich metrics: sensory structure, taste rhythm, and consciousness level. It effectively transforms the food business into a taste data industry.
And if you're a food company, this taste data is like gold. Instead of just relying on vague focus groups, you can now use precise sensory data for R&D, you can stabilize quality control with real objective metrics, and you can build brand stories that are actually rooted in authentic, certified experiences. But the impact here goes so much further than just business. A system like this has the power to fundamentally change our entire culture and our relationship with what we eat.
It really boils down to three huge cultural shifts. First, we get a taste literacy, where anyone can learn to talk about taste with structure and detail. This leads to a sensory recording culture, where a great meal is no longer just a fleeting moment but a shareable experience. And all of that together creates a food data culture, where every single food item becomes a rich data asset. And because this sensory language is universal, it completely erases borders. You could scan a product in your local grocery store and understand the detailed taste experience of a German specialty or a local dish from Chile without ever leaving home. This could create a totally new kind of global food distribution, building an international gourmet culture on a foundation of shared understanding.
Okay, but this next part is maybe the most mind-bending idea of all: timeless preservation. When a taste experience is certified and recorded today, its core sensory and emotional essence is saved forever. 100 years from now, someone could pull up that data and understand exactly how that taste felt. It's like creating a time capsule for our senses.
So in the end, the TempoSense taste certification is so much more than just a sticker on a box. It's a living system. It brings together trained humans, structured language, video, and AI, all to define the unique sensory identity of a food. It's about building an entirely new foundation of trust for our global food culture. Which leaves us with a final, fascinating question to chew on. What happens to our culture, our history, and our connection to food when a fleeting moment, a single taste, can actually be preserved and shared forever?